Well, Anthony, obviously not the result we'd have liked, but I'm interested in your reaction to two things, really. First of all, the result, the loss, but also the scoreline, 3-2.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously we're disappointed to lose the game, and I felt like we gave the opposition the game today rather than them sort of earning it. We gave away two really, really cheap goals that we weren't happy with at all, and I felt for Josh Staunton a little bit because he's defended well this season, and really felt for him that we cost those two goals. But then on the other hand as well, I think we should have scored in the first half, which could have changed the game too. But probably the third goal really killed us before half-time. I thought it was still a spirited performance all the way through. I couldn't fault anyone's work rate and effort in the game, and that was important. But to get those two goals, it was just a little bit late.
So you'd say the scoreline was a reasonable reflection of the game?
Well, yeah, possibly because we gave away goals. So if you give away goals and make mistakes, then the opposition are going to punish you. But I felt like that we gave them those couple of opportunities in the first half and didn't defend well enough to make it 3. However, like I said, though, I think we have to make sure that we create more really good opportunities. I mean, Kane had a good one first half. We had a lot of corners in the first half, but didn't get enough first contact on them. We'd scored from 2 corners in the last 2 games, so we're disappointed not to take advantage of those set plays in the game. So, was the scoreline a fair reflection? That's a good question. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'd probably watch the game back again, but I didn't think we deserved to win for how we defended, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. When you go in at half-time and it's 3-0, what's said at half-time? Is it a case of we can still win this game or get a point out of it? Or do you say, let's get some self-respect back and at least draw the second half?
Yeah, I mean, we were quite positive at half-time because I felt like we did have a lot of the ball and we had it in their half for a lot of it. So it was more a couple of tactical little things. We wanted to keep a clean sheet in the second half, which we did. But we felt like if we got 1 goal in the game, we could possibly get back into it, and we got that goal, but it was just too late, unfortunately. And there's only so many times you can come back from 3-0 down half time. It doesn't happen very often, and we were still trying to be positive though in the change room and think that we deserved the 2 goals in the second half, but it was a little bit too late after conceding 3 in the first.
Yeah. Do you think maybe, I know we've said a 2-week period with no game freshens everyone up and is good. Do you think maybe 2 games in 3 weeks actually isn't enough?
Not necessarily, I don't think so. No, I don't think it was a physical issue today. I just think, like we said, about those mistakes that we made and not being clinical enough up the other end, yeah.
But do you think they might have occurred because of a little bit of rustiness for not enough match time?
Not necessarily, because I think we played on Saturday, so Saturday to Saturday wouldn't be an issue. I think if we'd had 2 weeks off and then we could maybe use an excuse of rustiness, but no, I wouldn't say that. I think it was just all about us today and what we did in the game. I wouldn't blame that at all, no.
Right, because if you looked at the form book beforehand and were forced to have a bet, you'd have backed Woking, wouldn't you?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I always felt like if they scored first, then the crowd would get behind them. I thought they were quite nervy at the start, but then once they scored and then got the second, the crowd really got behind them. So I think it's still a difficult place to come, but if we'd have got that first goal, it could have been different.
Yeah. Well, as happens so often, you've got an opportunity coming up very quickly to do something about it, and that's on Tuesday away to Ebbsfleet. Looking forward to that?
Yeah, it will be. We'd like to get back into it as quick as we can. That'll be a really hard game, we feel. I mean, they've added a good player in Corey Whiteley on a long contract, and they're looking to push, I think, for the playoffs with a big budget. So I think it'll be a really tough game, and one where probably, I would say, with league position, I don't know how they got on today, but probably not favourites for. But we'll go there positive like we did today and try and improve on today's performance.
It's probably a bit of an unfair question to ask you, but I will anyway. Do you think there might be any changes for Tuesday?
Yeah, it is a bit of an unfair question, but I can't let you know yet.
But also, not just in terms of referring to today's performance, but also because of people coming back from injury.
Yeah, I just think sometimes physically from the Saturday to Tuesday game, you might need to freshen things up at times in certain areas. So, yeah, we'll have a look at it on Monday and see where we are with injuries or knocks or the physical sort of levels of the players and see where we go from there.
And almost a standard weekly question, the fitness of Jordan Winter and Bobson Balling.
Yeah, Bobson's still out with the ankle injury for a while. We don't know how long that one's going to be, if I'm honest. I really feel for Bobson because he's just such a really good lad and works hard, and it's so frustrating for him. He doesn't want to be spending times on the sideline. And yeah, we felt Jordan Winter just wasn't ready for today's game. He's not too far away, but sometimes those injuries, he had a quadricep injury, muscle injuries, we have to be careful of and make sure he's really ready to come back, because I think he's been one of our better defenders this season. So I want to make sure he's ready before he comes back, but probably not for Tuesday.
Right, thanks very much for your time and safe journey back.